Yeah, it comes in here through your filter, past your mass airflow sensor, down here, past a bypass breather hose to your cam housing, through here into your turbo, out your turbo, into your intercooler, comes past your main throttle body housing, past your EGR section, into your intake manifold, into the engine, comes out your exhaust manifold down here into your turbo, which then comes out past your O2 sensor, down this section into your DPF exhaust, where there's two pressure sensors, and then out there. However, where the EGR works, in your exhaust manifold, there's a section where it goes from your exhaust manifold, which is really hard to see. It's all under here. So here it is. So you'll get exhaust coming out here through this pipe into your exhaust water cooler jacket, which is absolutely covered with stuff under there, which then goes into your EGR valve, which will allow the exhaust to come back into your intake manifold, back into the engine. Fuel goes in there, down these pipes, into your tank, where there's a pump, where it pumps it up into this filter. This filter goes, connects to your engine this way, over here, over the top, into your diesel pump. Gets pressurised highly. Where is it? From here, through these high pressure hoses, solid metal hoses, into your common rail, and then your common rail distributes it to the three cylinders, 1, 2, 3, and then on your injectors there's a little overflow lubrication bit of fuel which on top of them, which comes back into your pump housing, your diesel pump. There's also, to control the pressure in your common rail, there's a sensor here which allows excess pressure fuel to bypass into here, back into your diesel pump part, which the excess is put back into your fuel tank. Here's your water pump, pumps your coolant into your engine casing, up through many passages, into your head, comes back out, and here into your thermostat slash valve for letting coolant into your EGR cooling jacket to cool the exhaust gases going back through the EGR. Here's one of the hoses that goes to your radiator at the front, and here's the other. And then around the back we have a oil water cooling housing, which comes out from here, out from the engine, down one of these, mixes in a load of vanes in there to cool the oil down with your coolant. So oil pump driven by a chain in the side of the engine. From here, gets sucked up for a straw from your sump through a sort of mesh filter, where it's filtered through a paper filter. On the back is your oil housing, which also goes through a water cooling device to cool your oil, where it is distributed to various parts of the engine, including it goes into your turbo, comes into the top of your turbo there, and then it drains out the bottom through here back into your engine. Here's your brain. Goes to your main engine loom. Up here into that to earths to your engine. There's two. Comes around here to your injectors. Around here to your glow plugs. Down there. Here's a intake manifold pressure sensor. Here's a controller for your AC. To your little connection to your starter motor. Down here to your alternator. Carries along to your thermostat / EGR water jacket flow housing over the top. Into your common rail. I think this is a pressure actuator which can control the pressure. Here's one into your diesel pump. Down here is another into your diesel pump. Down here to your intercooler fan, and along here to your O2 sensor on your exhaust. Another section comes back down past your EGR. There's two plugs here to control your vacuum devices. Back up here to your main throttle body housing controller. Up through here to your intercooler sensor. Here's another vacuum controller to your main airflow sensor. Down to these controllers, these sensors here, which read the pressure values of your DPF. And then there's a couple that go under. So here we have your turbo pressure sensor, and from that we have some more. We have oil temperature and oil pressure sensors on your oil pump cooling filter housing. And then for your gearbox, there's another separate loom which goes down to your clutch and then back over and round under your intercooler, where there's two connections for your gearbox. There's your vacuum pump driven by the camshafts. It's sucked in here, goes to the front of your car, comes back through here where it's distributed to several devices that use a vacuum. Here's a little storage container for some of the vacuum, I think. So here's a couple of actuators for it. First one here is to your EGR valve. Second one, I've got at the bottom here, goes up over here to your turbo release valve. And then there's also another one underneath which actuates something to do with your EGR cooling jacket device up in there, if you can just about see it.